Hey, here we are. Bob and Mike are back. Last minute betting with the Sports Nuts. Already got Daryl Turner in here, Mike, asking questions.
What is up, Daryl?
I'm going to start off with this. My opinion on this Rangers parlay, no. I don't trust the Texas Rangers. Bucks spread, I took the Bucks +5 earlier today. Grizzly spread. Yeah,
love the Grizz. I love the Grizz tonight.
Okay. All right. You love Boston too, so.
Yeah, I like Boston tonight. I like the Grizz tonight. I like the bounce backs. At game one, loss for both teams.
Okay.
At home. I mean,
links below. Let's do business. Get the bonuses from the sports books, man. They're great. Make money. Fill out the form below to get a personal one-on-one tutorial on how to make $2,500 plus per month sports betting. And you may wind up talking to me or Mike, because I'm Bob at OddsJam.com. And this is Mike at OddsJam.com. And don't forget our TikTok, OddsJam_Nutz with a Z. Also, click the link below for the Heat Sixers, kind of a preview of the series. Let's see how accurate that is. And then don't forget the OddsJam Partner Program, where you can share that link with your friends and get up to 20% of all the revenue generated. So there you go. We answered Daryl's questions. We got a lot of things going on with the NHL playoffs starting, the NBA playoffs continuing, and the NHL playoffs continuing tonight. Baseball going full bore. Mike, did we even talk about the NFL draft yesterday? Have we really discussed it at all?
No, we discussed after the first round.
Right.
And after that, we really didn't touch on a whole lot. Got to be honest with you, we didn't. No.
Okay, so what are there grades out there? Are you hearing anything about how well teams did? For instance, let's talk about your Chargers for a second. How well did they have a good draft?
I mean, I think they had an okay draft. Yeah, I mean, they got the help that they needed. They really focused on offensive line help, and they're worried about stopping the run, the two things that they need to address the most. So I think they did a good job there.
Okay, so okay. You know, the problem with going to some of these websites is they've always got some kind of video that's playing.
Yeah, I know, and you're a boomer, so it gets you all screwed up, doesn't it? Hey, Bob, let's be honest. Let's talk about some winners. How about the Jets? Huh? New York Jets had a really good draft. Can't say enough about what they did. I think that there is no doubt that they got. Look, I love Garrett Wilson. I mean that's a good pick there. I mean, you got Gardner and Wilson. Woo, look out. Look out. And another team that I thought did fairly good, all things considered, was probably Baltimore.
Okay.
I thought Baltimore had a pretty good draft, grabbing Hamilton at 14. I thought that was a pretty good pickup. And, that's after the trade of getting rid of Marquise Brown.
But we got a lot of people in here tonight already, so that's good.
They were able to make up for it.
Live chat is available. I'm not trying to talk over you. I'm just trying to get to everything that we've got, so because there's so much stuff to do. And I've already got another comment. I try to get to all these. Jordan Thackeray. Hey, Jordan, how you doing? Ravens always dominate the draft. That's the Ozzie Newsome way. Okay, that's the old school guy there, Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah. And it's ironic. We talked about the Jets. The Jets actually, for the most part, do okay in the draft. They just never are able to turn anybody into anything, it seems, anymore. So let's hope that the Jets finally turn the corner. I mean, I'm not a Jets fan, but you guys got to feel bad for the Jets. Come on, you gotta hope that they get on track and get competitive again at some point, man. I mean, we need it.
I quit
I
feeling
feel bad
sorry
for them.
I quit feeling sorry for them after the butt fumble. Okay.
Well,
that
but
was
ironically, those were better times for the Jets.
I know. But after the butt fumble, it's like, you know what, man, if you can't hang on to a football.
Well, Mark Sanchez was
with a big lineman's ass in your face, you got a major issue. Okay. That's all I could say. Okay. The only game that we had going on today was the Mets and Braves, and the Mets won 5-4. Actually talked the guy out of making a bet at -1.5 on the Mets today. So let's talk, Mike. Let's talk NBA playoffs. We know that our guys that follow us on here and like to chime in are all over the NBA playoffs, and they love to hear what we have to say. Let's talk about what happened last night. We're going to go through this. We did this on the radio show. Miami's going to whip the snot out of Philadelphia, aren't they?
I think so. I mean, you're going to get Joel Embiid back probably game 3, game 4 at least, I would say. But then you're going to run into an issue is if he's not back for game 3, let's say you're down 3-0, are you going to really bring him back for game 4? I mean, I know in your mind you're thinking we got a chance, but why risk more injury? He already got hurt being in a game he had no business in. Why risk any further injury? You know what I mean? At this point,
100%.
You kind of screwed yourself here. And Miami really came out in a funk, I thought, in the first half. They just did not seem to really be dialed in. They were sloppy, but I thought second half was no doubt they were going to come away with it and take over. And James Harden is just not the James Harden that we used to know that can be a top scorer in the NBA, Bob. That's not James Harden anymore. If you're wanting James Harden to go get you close to 30 points, not going to happen. Not going to happen. He's more content with dishing out and letting the other guys go to work and eat. And James Harden is, in my opinion, nowhere near what he was when he was even with Houston. So very disappointing there.
Very quickly, Mike, I don't know what your guys' infatuation is. And I know Luka had 45 points and 12 rebounds and 8 assists. But you know what? The Mavericks are not going to beat the Suns. The Suns are the better team. They're going to win this series. Dallas is not winning. When are you guys going to realize that?
Look, I don't know why you think that Dallas is having no chance in this matchup. I mean, you just saw last night. Look, Phoenix should have blown them out.
45. And then he didn't win. If he puts up 45 and they don't win, they're not winning this series.
But here's the thing, Bob. Eventually what's going to happen is Brunson's going to start becoming what he was. And I think this was just a typical home team game 1, understanding the importance. They are a proven, championship caliber team. We're just in the NBA finals last year. So to be expected. I think Dallas is going to sneak up on them later is when Dallas becomes more dangerous. And you also got to remember Dallas is not necessarily a great road team. When this thing gets back to Dallas, if this thing's tied up 1-1, I think Dallas has all of the advantage at that point.
Too little, too late. All right. I got people asking questions. Michael McCabe. Don't answer this yet because I got one right after. Celtics? And Abdi Mohammed, Celtics and Warriors. I agree with the Warriors. I took, and by the way, the line is now down to 4. I took the Bucks +5. So you call me crazy, but I still don't believe.
Well, that's not a bad bet. You took them on, the spread, and that very well could cover it. It's going to likely be a close game. I expect Jason Tatum to show up tonight because I don't think there's any doubt that he understands that now's the time. I mean, you look at coming into this series, you could argue Jason Tatum was the MVP of the playoffs thus far. That him and Chris Paul, I think, would be arguably the two front runners for who the MVP is throughout the NBA playoffs. So
I love my boy Jordan. I'm sorry, Mike, got to interrupt. Bucks +4, Warriors Grizzlies over 227.5. If the Bucks go up 2-0, this very well could end in 5 games. It could end in 5 games. And don't be surprised if it does. And here we go. I bet the Bucks last game is the dog money line. Slim Dan, good job.
Good pick.
And
Good pick. Good pick.
Also, Slim Dan had this comment.
And that's where that lack of experience comes in for Boston. You know, they've got to understand the importance of that game one. They just came off a series where things were just too smooth a sailing, I guess, for them to where I don't know if they thought without Milwaukee having Chris Middleton, if this was going to just be a Milwaukee team that just decided to win their first round series for no reason. They are the defending champs. So shame on Boston. Shame on Boston for not understanding that this is game one at home. You do not want to risk going down 2-0, losing both games on your home court to the defending champions, going back to their building. And now you're in that situation. So shame on Boston for not doing what Phoenix did last night, and that is take care of business when you have to. What are the most important games in a series, guys? Games 1, games 3, games 5. Those are the difference makers in series. I know game 7's obviously, yeah, if you're in a game 7, that's a huge game, but the difference makers in a best of 7 is always game 1, game 3, and game 5. If you win those 3 games in a series, most of the time you're winning that series.
Okay. I didn't get around to this.
Yeah, I know. I understand he's sprinkling and double. But look, okay. James Harden is a guy who has lived off of isolation basketball and finding a way to get that step back 3 and whatever he wants offensively. James Harden should not get an excuse. If he was going to be put in the conversation with guys like Kobe Bryant is one of the better offensive players we've ever seen in this game, we better not dare talk about double teams because I saw that man triple teamed, and that sure as hell didn't keep him from shying away from going after it. So James Harden gets no excuse for that. Now.
All right, very good. Celtics did lose smart, though. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is time to move on to my favorite topic, and that is the NHL playoffs. Baby! Woo! There you go, boys. All right, there they are. I can't help it. Everybody knows that I love my Blues, and you know what? I got guys commenting, emailing me, telling me keep rooting for my team. I will do that. Blues win 4-0. Let's get something straight here, folks. We're talking about the number 1 power play and number 1 penalty killing unit on the road in all of the NHL. If you don't think that's going to win you some games, it will. On top of that, they blocked 17 shots last night, and Ville Husso is playing like he has all season long, Mike.
Yeah, and the Blues, you know, you look at what happened last night. This is what I took away from that. Minnesota should have had that game early, and they didn't because the Blues did several things here. Number 1, you remember the penalty shot up for Barbashev, big save by Fleury at home. Crowd was insane. You know, they didn't, and it probably was a questionable call. Whatever the case is, Fleury makes a save. And then not long after that, you're on the power play. You've got all the momentum in your home building to in my opinion, put the Blues away. And they don't because the championship pedigree came through.
All right, Jordan.
Jordan coming in with the heat once again. Love it.
Oh, he had Blues over 3.5 from the positive EV page yesterday.
That's Tom Welch. Talked to my guy earlier today.
All right.
He's
so
tuning in, Bobby.
Let's get back to everything. Bruins lost the first game of the series. I still think that's going to be a long series. I know the Lightning got shut out. It's the best thing that could have happened to them. Because let me tell you what's going to happen now, folks. John Cooper is going to go off on them guys. 2 back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. I'm telling you, watch out. David Perron with the hat trick last night for the Blues. I said on our radio show that Perron and O'Reilly were coming to play and that Perron owns Marc-Andre Fleury. I am not wrong about that. The Blues own Marc-Andre Fleury. If the Wild want a chance in this series, they better get Talbot in there. And then the Kings beat the Oilers. Did you see that one coming, Mike?
No, I mean, I didn't. But then again, this is a Stanley Cup playoffs. And, you know, you look at the first 2 games last night, home teams took care of business, and you kind of felt like that was going to go into the last 2 late games last night, and it wasn't the case. The road team stepped up and got the job done, and no surprise by the Blues, but for the Kings, that's a big win for them, and that could really go a long ways for them in making the Edmonton Oilers a victim of being upset.
I am a perfect example, folks, of being 500 last night in hockey and winning money.
There you go.
You got to find the plus plays. All right. They want some picks, Mike. I am now sharing your screen.
Yeah. All right. First pick. I'm going to look at this Jaylen Brown PRA here. Looked like we had some lines ripping towards that. So we're going to take a look at Jaylen Brown here as I passed him up, obviously. Way up.
Yeah, you sure did. There you go.
Looked like the play, but the play was 35.5.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's the over 35.5. So let's see if we got any good value so we can get it at plus 102 on DraftKings. We'll see what the OddsJam perfect line on that was.
It's plus 102 on FanDuel.
Yeah. So, but the OddsJam perfect line on that's plus 102. I don't like that play, so we're going to shy away from that. Let's go to the bet tracker. A couple that I got. Steph Curry. I'm going under 38.5 PRA, plus 100 on Caesars. I think there's a good chance that that can hit. I think Jordan Poole is most definitely going to see a lot of action, and I like for that to hit. Drew Holiday, I expect him to be big tonight. I got him over 19.5 points.
I like that.
Ja Morant, I took him over 27.5. Once again, you're at home. You lost game 1 at home. You're in a almost must-win type of game. Ja Morant has to be big time tonight. You know what? This is probably because lines are ripping towards Giannis over now. I got him at plus 100 on under 29.5 points. Now, make of that what you will, because right now lines are saying go for the over, but the value I got on it at the time was good, and I'm going to continue to roll with that bet. So I'm rolling with that. Jason Tatum over 42.5 PRA on Caesars as well. Derek White over 22.5 PRA, and then Al Horford over 8.5 rebounds.
Okay, I'm not going to have you do your bet tracker because Jordan has got an SGP for us. Pritchard, 20 plus PRA. Holiday, 30 plus PRA. Horford, 20 plus PRA, plus 700, but he added the 50% DraftKings profit boost and got it at plus 1050. Beautiful, Jordan. Very nice.
Very nice. Nicely done.
Let me show you what I did. I went a small same game parlay. Bucks plus 3.5, under 215.5 points. Giannis over 27.5, got that at plus 675. And Mike came up with Ja Morant over 27.5 points. Grizz on the money line and Desmond Bain 5+ rebounds. How's that, guys? That's a lot of stuff.
And with the boost on mine, it will be even better than that. So obviously you want to take advantage of that. And those are some good parlays. I like Jordan's parlay there. Looks like they were probably all positive EV plays as well. So
All right,
I like doing that.
We got to go back to the NHL because we have games tonight. Okay, and it's the first game of these series: Pittsburgh at the Rangers, Washington at Florida, Nashville at Colorado, Dallas at Calgary. Let me tell you what my picks were in these games on TikTok, because I said on this show I would give my picks every night. I took the Rangers on the money line. I took Washington and Florida over 6.5 goals. I took Nashville plus 1.5 goals. Dallas and Calgary under 6 goals. Mike, any thoughts on the games tonight?
You know, this Rangers-Penguins game has got to give you some kind of, I don't know what to make of it, because can you really see Crosby and Letang and Malkin just laying over? You know, I know the Rangers are a heavy favorite, but man, I think Pittsburgh's not just going to lay over, and I think this is going to be a better series than what some might think.
I said it's going to go 7 games, and the Rangers would win because of
and I think ultimately the Rangers will win. I do. However, man, that's just a scary matchup there. You know, you got 2 opponents, and the Rangers and Penguins, some pretty old school hockey teams that have some history, little East Coast rivalry there. So it's obviously no Pittsburgh-Philadelphia rivalry, but nonetheless, I think this is an intriguing series.
This could be the last hurrah for
those guys. Yeah.
The 3 of them together. Okay. Right. We got a comment here. Panarin from Jordan again. Panarin and Lafreniere both scoring tonight. Okay. I could probably see that happening. The Penguins are without Tristan Jarry, if I'm not mistaken. And that's one of the reasons that I think that the Rangers are going to come out and come out on top tonight. So, Mike, very quickly, who do you have in the Florida-Washington game tonight? Who you picking?
I'm taking Florida. I just don't think that Washington is a very good hockey team, truthfully.
Nashville, Colorado.
And they're an 8 seed. They're an 8 seed for a reason.
Nashville, Colorado.
I expect Colorado to win tonight. However,
does my plus 1.5 maybe cover?
I think so. Yes, I think this is a one goal game, and it's a gritty tie. I mean, Nashville's got to insert themselves in this series now, immediately. They've got nothing to lose. They've been struggling down the stretch. What else can they do besides just come out and try to beat the snot out of Colorado and hope they win a couple of games, or even better yet, somehow win the series? So,
and we're down. We're getting down on viewers. We're gonna have to cut the show here in a few minutes. Last one, Dallas and Calgary. Calgary's got to win this game.
Yeah, I think no doubt Calgary. I think mostly tonight, I think home teams are going to ride pretty well.
Give me your lock of the night.
You know, I've got to go with the Grizzlies. I got them at +2. I took them on the spread. I think money line, either or. We'll call my pick the Grizzlies +2. But I think if you really want to find some value, don't be scared to bet Grizzlies money line. I just think that they have to have this game, and they are not going to go down 0-2. This series is going to be a back and forth type of series, bang for bang, blow for blow.
My lock of the night is the Rangers on the money line. That's what I'm taking. That's what I'm sticking with. I'm going with the Rangers. And that, folks, takes care of our broadcast for tonight. Thank you guys all for commenting. Jordan, appreciate the SGP and helping out there. That was awesome.
Yes, sir. Good job.
Slim Dan, Abdi, Michael McCabe, Daryl Turner. Thank you guys all for commenting. Thomas Welch, appreciate you too. You guys are great. We'll be back tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central Time. One more time. Fill out the form below for Learn how to make $2,500 a month. Bob at OddsJam.com, Mike at OddsJam.com, TikTok, OddsJam_Nutz with a Z. Heat Sixers preview. We got to go.